Okay, so good day to everyone. I hope that you are now able to create your demand. You have already conducted your survey. Today we'll now discuss on how we splice this up, or why do we sometimes split the graph into three, or why do we combine, or why can we combine all of the graph into one graph. Okay. So for today's lesson, as you can see, I believe I have discussed this in our previous videos, that we are able to combine all of this demand, okay, because there is just a different market, but the product is the same. Products, probably candies, okay. So your company, again, that is the supply curve, that was QS, quantity supplied, and that is for your company. But what if, okay, but what if you have a lot of a demand, right? So for example, we have in here, we have pineapple, okay, we have pineapple wine, that's probably Nara Blade, another product. Of course, it has its own production line, and another is Citronella detergent, anti-detergent or anti-mosquito. When you wash the clothes, it will become anti-mosquito clothes. So of course it is well, I'm not going to say everything is a promisable business, but I know some entrepreneurs who do these things. So I know there is a market. Apparently we cannot just combine all of this demand curve, because if we do, it will be look like this. Let me show it. It's something like this. Okay, and then what's that, right? I mean, how do we what's the meaning of that? So we cannot use a multiple demand. Each now has to be each product that has its own supply curve should have its own demand. So for example, we have this one. Where is that? Okay, pineapple. So for the pineapple, of course, we can now see, if we graph the pineapple wine, we can see that there's an equilibrium. So that is okay, that is nice. Now you may want to have an analysis which one has the highest price, or what's the highest profit. We can use quantity demanded multiplied by the price. So total potential revenue, okay, revenue, or we total potential revenue is of course price times quantity demanded. Okay, total potential revenue is price times quantity demanded. So price times quantity demanded, etc. And as you can see, there's a what we call a diminishing marginal return in our case. So what is now the optimum? Is, I believe we had an equilibrium around 5. So that means we are somewhat still in a nice curve. So probably somewhere here is our equilibrium, okay, which is somewhat nice, 5. I mean, not bad. We are not reaching our maxima, but at least that's already fine. Next we have is this one, okay, Nara Blade. Okay, so where's our graph for that? This one, okay. Let's place this one. Okay, Nara Blade, they create the blades of the fan instead of plastics. They create it into a wooden one. Of course, some people want to try it out. I mean, not all of our skeptic. Apparently, of course, there's a ceiling budget. They cannot buy and are not willing to when the price is too high. So when price is too high, they are no longer willing to buy. Probably that is 0, of course. But we're not going to place that. Just we will show that there is no longer demand curve. The demand curve is no longer entering on that domain. So we do not have a diminishing marginal return in here because it doesn't continue, but that's that. Okay, so is it nice? Depends, again, depends on your business. And lastly, we have this one. We have the citronella detergent. In the citronella detergent, okay, we have this one, anti-mosquito. Okay, so this is the demand curve of that. So when we do that, we can see that there is an equilibrium. Now you may be wondering which one's the best best curve. Okay, you will of course show that I'm sorry, probably this one, better placement. You have to look at which one is better. Okay, of course in economics the one that is best is the one that is the highest profit. So you look at the equilibrium, the best equilibrium. So you have to multiply if the best or equilibrium price times equilibrium quantity. Okay, the best is of course the highest equilibrium price times equilibrium quantity. So you have to compute that, and that will be the final well, not necessarily final analysis, because in this situation in economics, ceteris paribus, we're not considering if do we have the relationship with this market, do we have the branding, do we have the capacity, can we project more, does the market, will the market stay, or is just a one night market, right? So we have to also consider other factors. But in economics, of course, the highest equilibrium is the profitable one. But in real life, we have to consider other factors as well. That is why in your supply curve, you can combine, okay? You can combine suppliers because you can see that they are the same. For example, we have discussed, right, the supply curve. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, if you have any questions or concern, okay, if you have any question or concern, just leave a comment or chat me at chat box. Okay, the best is of course chat me up so I can immediately entertain your concerns. Okay, ciao.